A woman is born a princess, a virgin and pure. She is protected by her father, the king, and lives in a castle with her mother, the queen. She is guarded by an army of knights and warriors inside the strong stone castle walls. She has slaves who serve her every whim, and she is holy in her purity and honor. Born with the power of youth and beauty, the young princess, with her purity, is the carnal desire of every man. Her father, the king, tells her to save her virtue, her virginity, her purity, for a virtuous white knight in a faraway land. He tells her that the white knight she marries will one day become king, and she, as queen, will inherit the empire that he built. She dreams of her white knight in shining armor, coming on his handsome steed to save her from the obscurity of the castle walls and the loneliness of her bedroom in the tower. One day, she is out in the fields beyond the castle and sees the most handsome dark knight riding through the countryside. He gets off his horse to embrace her. She runs to him, the man she's always dreamed of, and kisses him in her innocence. After the sweet and innocent kiss, the dark knight forces the princess to the ground and rapes her with his darkness and overwhelming force. He plunders her body, takes her honor, her purity, and her innocence. His surging, dark power courses through his veins. This knight has killed many men, fought in battles, won wars, loved and lost many women. His darkness is all-consuming, and his darkness consumes him. In his darkness, in his lust, he rapes the young princess, and while he defiles her, she becomes a whore. Her dreams of living happily ever after are shattered. The young girl runs to her father's castle, crying, weeping, as the darkness that consumed the night is unleashed upon her soul like a plague, a contagious disease of all-consuming darkness. Stripped of her honor, she tells her father, the king, of her submission to the dark and powerful night. Her father takes no mercy on her. She is branded as a whore and thrown out of the kingdom and onto the street. She has nothing. She is nothing. She is powerless like a weak young boy, a slave, and now must fight to survive. She was once a holy princess and could have been a queen, but now she is a whore on the street and must find her masculine power. So she picks up a sword and learns to fight. She becomes a warrior living a man's purpose in a man's world of war, to fight against the world and win her independence. She was born with power, with youth, with beauty, but she lost her feminine power, her virginity, to the darkness of a powerful and plundering night. So the whore, the female warrior, the fallen virgin turned warrior, climbs onto the power ladder of men to fight men. She cuts through the scores of weak men, slaying them daily with her masculine power to find the dark knight who ruined her, find him and kill him, to seek revenge against his fury and to embrace her own darkness so she may slay her demons and redeem her plundered honor. The dark knight is out there, powerful and strong. As she kills the weak men in her wake and impales them with her sword, the only question she has is when she finds him, will she be strong enough to kill him? Will she be strong enough to kill her darkness, to kill her demons and reclaim her lost virtue? This is the story of the modern woman, the fallen whore, the woman without the protection of her father the king, the young woman without the knight in shining armor, the woman who was raped by the dark knight, the woman who was thrown onto the street to die and learned to fight men with swords in the gutter, the woman who became a whore and slept with men to survive. The dark knight raped her, took her innocence, and infused his own darkness and demons into her. Now she takes revenge on men like a demon without a soul, seeking only power over men. This is how the world has become under the rule and kingship of weak men. The king couldn't protect her, he was weak. So now the princess, who has fallen as a whore, must become a warrior and a man to survive. So as we see, this is from the Oracle, the Queen, the Princess, and the Whore. And it tells the story of just a really great message about how a woman's value is found in her purity and her innocence. When that is robbed from her, or she willingly gives it up, as it is for many women in the modern world, then her value is diminished. She is no longer valued by the white knights, the high quality men. They don't want her anymore because she is now a used up rag who has given her body to all these men. And because of that, she's no longer a woman, but a man. And she's forced to step up into the man's world, become a man, and fend for herself. But she will have a lot of anger within her because a woman will never be happy living the life of a man. Because men find their meaning in work, while women find their meaning through relationships, because women are more family oriented. Their purpose is to be mothers and to serve their husband, to be man's helper, literally. Whereas men's purpose is to work and to provide for their family and for their wives. Just like it is in nature, the men are the hunters and the women are more the gatherers and raising the children. They work beautifully together, and men and women complement each other in that way. Now, because the woman is living the life of a man, she will always have that inner resentment, the anger at the first dark night, or all of them, that robbed her of her innocence. So she will go into the corporate world or whatever it is to try to get on the top and try to outdo men. And the thing is she will be able to outdo a lot of men, a lot of the weak, feminized men. We see this today. There are many relationships where the woman is the dominant one. However, when a woman comes face to face again with the dark knight, or even a white knight, any knight or king in general, which represents a strong alpha male, she will never be able to outperform him. No matter how hard she tries, she will never be able to get over on a true man. And this is a beautiful thing because it shows the natural hierarchy in nature of men, women, and then children. So the men are up top, the women are submissive to the men, and the children are submissive to the parents. And this is how it works. This is how it is supposed to be done for the betterment of all. But feminism and other movements aim to destroy this by promoting strong, independent women. And I bet you feminists would say that the woman in this story who was raped and she rose up and defeated all these men and got a good career and a good paying job, and she lives alone in the city in a nice apartment, is a successful, strong woman. But in reality, she's not a woman at all. She's living the life of a man. She's a broken woman who is trying to cover up the pain by getting revenge rather than stepping back into her femininity and really asking herself, what does it mean to be a woman, and what is my value? So imagine if women ask themselves that. What is my value as a woman? And how can I preserve it? Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts below, and I'll see you in a future video.